According to a recent Gallup poll, Mississippi, which holds its primary on March 8th, is the most religious state in the nation. The least religious, that would be first in the nation, New Hampshire. Massachusetts ranks fourth from the bottom, and we voted for the Democrat in every national presidential election over the last 50 plus years, with one exception, Ronald Reagan, whose campaign slogan was, "Make America Great Again." Sound familiar? The latest candidate to adopt the mantra, this time on his hat, Donald Trump. Trump's highest profile local supporter is Ernie Boch Jr. of auto dealership and music fame. Boch first raised some eyebrows with a fundraiser he threw for Trump back in August at his home estate in Norwood.
He's a world figure. Why not Donald Trump? The Republicans glaze over Massachusetts. And why not bring one in, get up close and personal, and see what he has to say?
Now, at the time, Boch had said he wasn't formally endorsing Trump, but he did end up making it official. And when asked why on CNN, he had this explanation.
You know, you got to think of it like this. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, and there's a few, girls at the bar. You have to go home with one of them. So you have to pick who you're with. And I think Mr. Trump is the best qualified.
So what happens when an auto tycoon and a real estate magnate / reality star meet in a bar? Why, apparently they end up going home together. One half of the happy couple joins me now, Ernie Boch Jr. Ernie, it's good to see you. Why is he your guy?
Well, I think his business sense, I think what he will do with government waste, I think of the pack, he's the right guy.
Okay, he's attacked Muslims, he's attacked women, he's attacked the Pope, he's attacked Mexicans. Do you support him because of that or despite that?
I think despite that, absolutely despite that.
Now, when I spoke to some of his supporters in New Hampshire, I can't tell you how many people said, he doesn't really mean that.
Yeah, of course.
He doesn't really dislike Muslims.
Give him a pass.
But what is that based upon? Why do you say that?
Well, I've met him a few times personally, and I have to say that I truly believe that he wants to do a good job. And remember, Mr. Trump doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't go on vacation. He's
just
a machine.
Like you, pretty much, right?
He's a machine. He will do nothing but work and work and work at that job.
So if it turns out you think the attacks on this whole litany, and there are many more, as you know, are not real, it's just sort of showmanship thing, why should we even believe that his substantive proposals, I would argue the building of the wall, that's what gets the wildest applause at all of his huge events. Should we believe also that's just a rhetorical flourish on his part, and he's not really going to do it, he's just going to be tough on immigration?
I think yes, I think he's going to be tough on immigration.
So you don't even buy this wall
notion, do you?
Whether
he actually builds the wall, I don't know. But I think that the idea that he brought up immigration and everybody is talking about it, I think that's what's substantive.
Second largest margin he's got in polls in any state in America is right here. Yes. Why do you think Massachusetts, at least now with a week to go, or primaries next Tuesday, why is Massachusetts, liberal Massachusetts, apparently so in love with your guy?
Because I think that he is the guy, and I talked to his campaign manager, Corey, right before I came.
Yeah, tell us what he said to you.
From what I understand, Mr. Trump's coming here Sunday. I don't know if that's announced to do an event at Faneuil Hall.
In anticipation of the Tuesday primary.
Right, and they believe that they are going to take Massachusetts handily. They are going to double-digit win.
Does the coarseness bother you? I mean, there's a lot of vulgarity. There's a lot of stuff. Again, the crowd goes nuts. But he wants to be president of the United States. He doesn't want to run your auto dealership. Right. He doesn't want to be arguably does want to be a reality star of a different. But does the non-presidential stuff drive you nuts at all?
Jim, I think with the world situation right now, I think it's more desperate than people imagine. There's a religious war going on in the Middle East and spilling over to Europe. You want somebody in there that can handle it. And I must say that I don't think any of the candidates, especially Hillary, can handle something like that.
So
truly don't.
You didn't answer my question, but so your point is you don't care about the tough talk. You actually sort of like the tough talk.
The tough talk is needed.
Okay, so months ago, virtually everybody I know said this guy has absolutely no chance in any primaries, much less being the nominee.
That's true.
The conventional wisdom now is he's almost unstoppable.
That's right.
Explain to me why, with such incredibly high negatives, even if he's the nominee, how does he beat Bernie Sanders or Hillary Clinton? I know you want him to.
How does
he do that? Yes.
I think if it comes, I don't think it's going to come to Bernie and Mr. Trump. I think it's going to come to Hillary and Mr. Trump.
Mr. Trump, yes.
It's
Not Hillary and Donald, is that not
No,
okay? Mr. Trump.
yeah,
Yeah. So how does Mr. Trump, as you call him, how does he win this thing with colossal negatives?
I think one-on-one he will win. I think he will win it in the debates. I think right face to face, when people put them right next to each other and they see the interchange, I think that's how he's
You ever
going
met
to win.
anybody like this character?
Never.
I don't mean character in a disrespectful way.
I've met presidents before, and I've met very powerful business guys. And Mr. Trump has that whole presidential thing when he's got like this power and this aura, like, you know, Mr. Bush did and Mr. Clinton. I think he's got it.
You gonna be there at Faneuil Hall on Sunday?
Unfortunately, I can't be there.
But hundreds other will be. Ernie Boch Jr., it's great
Thank
to
you.
see you. Thank you so much.